Kevin, you motherfucking avatar. You better start the fucking after the show now, motherfucker. Avatar ass bitch.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Friday KVJ After the Show podcast. And into the weekend. A lot of great stuff going to be going on. Very excited for it. I got Chris Stapleton on Sunday night. Going to be hanging there at the casino a bit this weekend as well. So it'll be a good time. So it'll be nice to see my son Cannon. Haven't seen him much at all since Christmas.
You going to be wearing your shit kickers? Because if you ain't got some, I got some.
You know, my wife is in the process of swapping out my boots. Now, I don't have the old shit kickers. A lot of times, country folk will call the cowboy boots the shit kickers. I got kind of combat boots. They're more the crap stompers.
Well, mine's got flames on them.
Wow.
So
that's a gay cowboy thing.
Those are Gibby Darlington's boots.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense then. That's his gay cowboy alter ego.
I bought them at Walmart. I shit you not, probably 14 years ago. It's one of those items that will not leave me no matter how many times I've moved. It's amazing the things that stay in my life and the things that I lose. I can't lose these boots for the life of me.
They're just always going to be there. You might be buried in them.
I've had it for so long. You know the ones I'm talking about.
They're nice.
They are kind of nice for a Walmart product.
Yeah. They're not bad. They do not look like a Walmart boot.
Yeah.
It's got that flame.
It does. I think you should be buried in them.
I want to get cremated. You guys can bury me if you want, but then
I mean, it makes sense to wear flaming boots as they put you into that hot oven.
Amen.
Ooh, okay, you can burn the boots, baby.
That's when you finally get rid of them.
Put my ashes in the boots. The boots.
Oh, that's a good idea. The boot is the urn.
Okay.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Well, got a lot of things to get to here today, not just weekend stuff. One thing is going to be coming up, I guess, this coming week. Got some more details for Tiger Woods' 50th birthday celebration. It's going to be at the Breakers Palm Beach, but it's also going to be a charity event for Red. Celebrating Legacy is going to be, I guess, the title of the name. You know you're big when your birthday has a title.
Yes. Your birthday party is a party, and it's also a fundraiser for your foundation.
The TGR Foundation. 3 decades been going on. It benefits the organization's learning labs for youth in underserved communities. And it's going to feature a VIP list, including billionaire Arthur Blank, who owns the Atlanta Falcons, NFL Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, and Justin Thomas, who is a major golf champion that also lives locally. And they're very tight. Those two are always together. And then John Bon Jovi is expected to perform. And I believe it's going to be going down Wednesday at the Breakers. And it is a guest list of 300. And I would imagine that if you're not one of the 300, you have no chance of sniffing that event.
No chance.
Yes. I could get in, but I don't want to play that game. I don't want to get served with papers by Tiger Woods again.
If they don't lock down the entire resort, which they sometimes do. So sometimes you have to be staying on property or attending the function, party, gala, whatever, be a member to be allowed on property. That does happen sometimes.
Right.
But if you wanted to people watch and the place is not on lockdown on Wednesday, you might go and you might see celebrities at HMF. You might see celebrities at the seafood bar if someone's pre-gaming before Tiger's party.
Yeah.
You might see somebody in the lobby.
I tried that for Sofia Vergara's wedding that she had at the Breakers, and I saw no one.
Well, me and you.
Not a thing. And I thought it. I'm like, hey, I'm going to sneak in. And then no, they shut me down. I got past one level of security and I was heading to the second. Got me.
Unlike the time, was it the Trump wedding me and you went to that we saw?
Yeah.
We saw Billy Joel.
We were outside. Yeah, there was Bethesda by the Sea, the church on Palm Beach. Yeah, we were out on the street with all the other tabloid people.
Boy, the tabloid people did not like me and Kevin. Well, because we were walking.
You were goofy.
Well, first of all, they were there all day stationed. I mean, we're talking when the sun came up, they got their spot.
Camped out.
Me and Kevin, we go in my shitty ass truck, the one that was beaten up. So we're going over to Palm Beach in that thing. And then like a couple dicks, every time a car would pull up, like, oh my gosh, it's Patrick Swayze! It's Patrick Swayze!
It's all Jay Bird's favorite low-budget celebrities.
It's Gary Coleman!
I remember the Gary Coleman one, yeah. And people are like, who are these
two clown asses?
Low-budget celebrities.
Well, wait, isn't that the time that your elbow made it onto Extra?
Kevin's did, yeah. And Billy Joel was lit. He was hammered.
I love it.
That was back in the Billy Joel drinking days. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was at when they went to Mar-a-Lago later. I think they just opened up the ballroom right around that time.
I had so much fun every time a car would pull up just naming fake celebrities.
Yeah.
And the paparazzi did not find it funny.
Remember, we actually got in Jay Bird's shitty truck, and just for shits and giggles, we tried to drive through the front gate like we belonged. And they looked at us like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you really think you're going to get in here in that thing?
Yeah, I remember this.
They were they're just like, no.
No, you two clown asses.
Yeah. They didn't even look at credentials, nothing. Like, not even like a possibility we belonged there.
They knew you didn't have no credentials.
I remember this one tabloid guy, because me and Kevin were walking. I guess we were kind of blocking his little spot, and he looked at us and goes, please, I've been here since morning. Please get out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, his life depended on it. We were just there to mess with everybody. So
We actually got pretty good audio.
Yeah,
you got great audio.
Yeah, we did.
We had a good time.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun. It seems looser back then.
Oh, I think I would get shot now.
Yeah, I just feel like there's just not as much access.
Well, Trump wasn't the president either. You can't fuck around when it comes to president shit.
You cannot fuck around now.
I mean, then he was just a dude on TV. I mean, yeah, when you get to the presidential level, then it's different.
I don't even think we'd sniff where we were at if...
No, you can't. No, in fact, they closed the road down. I know that's a big issue. And I remember, because I was telling you earlier, my mother-in-law, she used to work at Bath and Tennis, which is not far from Mar-a-Lago, and they hated whenever Trump was in town, and he's going to be back in town today. So he's going to be there till Sunday. And they shut the road down now, and so it just creates all kinds of headaches. And a lot of the people they're not impressed by anything.
Millionaires don't like headaches.
Yeah.
They've put their lives in a way that they have very little headaches.
Yes. And so this is a massive, it's such an inconvenience for everybody there. I don't think they're very thrilled that he's living on the island while he's president.
You'll see Air Force One there a lot, though, at the airport.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's
my girlfriend
cool.
lives down over there. You drive by it all the time.
To me, it's still the president of the United States, and it's still really cool. And I couldn't believe over break at Mar-a-Lago, and it's it's such an international thing where I have people from different countries that I know be going, dude, it's like they show like West Palm all the time. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. And, the people that roll in there, I mean, the fact that he had, the president of Ukraine, then he had the prime minister from Israel, and then he had Elon Musk there on January 3rd having a dinner. It's just, it's a revolving door of all these huge names.
Are he and Elon boys again?
Yeah, I guess they're kind of having a little bit of a reconciliation, and so they've been saying some flattering things back and forth. So
interesting.
It reminds me of the old.
It's healing a bit.
It reminds me of the old George Steinbrenner Billy Martin relationship. Never mind, I lost Virginia.
Who the hell's Billy Martin?
Oh man, it's actually a good baseball story, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to go into it. But they were just on and off, and he fired and rehired Billy Martin, I think 5 different times as the manager for the Yankees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna had said the Palm Beachers are mostly mad because it's messing with their own flight issues. A lot of them now have been having to fly to Boca's private airport, not Palm Beach, because of the flight restrictions. And that's where they're just like, a lot of them voted for him because of the tax breaks that they knew he would give the rich. But then like going, damn it, I've got to go all the way to Boca. I mean, that's like a 30-minute ride.
Oh, my gosh, 30 minutes, I can't.
Just can't even believe it.
Well, you could fly commercial and just fly out of PBI.
PBI, right to Boca?
No, I mean just commercial in general.
Oh, but I could see some rich fuck going, I am flying from Palm Beach to Boca. I will not be doing a 30-minute ride.
It would be so funny. There are some people on Palm Beach I would love to see fly commercial because they just haven't done it forever, and it would just rock their world.
They wouldn't know what to do.
No, they really wouldn't. It's different. I know more of the routine of when you fly private. But you just roll right up. Your car rolls right up to the plane, and you hop right on, and there's no TSA, there's no checking anything, and away you go.
I was a schlep. I got invited to fly private. It wasn't even my situation. I was low woman on the totem pole, and they picked me up in a golf cart at my car and drove me right to the front of the plane where there was like a carpet. And the pilot was standing there, and he's like, "Hello, we've been waiting for you."
It's like, insane, yeah.
That's what happened with my airport experience. I couldn't walk in great long distances, so I had to get a wheelchair. And oh my goodness, it was. They bring you right up to the plane. It is insane. And they were so nice and awesome about it, but there was just no way I could get across an airport, so we had to get a wheelchair.
SkyCap is great if you have a person that has low mobility, like my mom. Put them right there with the SkyCap, and they cut the TSA line too.
The honey face is running circles around me because the first round I didn't have a wheelchair, and it was greatly. You could tell that we got to get this guy in a chair.
Yeah, if you need it, use it, because it is definitely one of those things that the airport offers that you don't realize is going to change your life if you're injured.
The woman in Atlanta, she was the one wheeling me, but she was wheeling me like a crazy person. I got into a wheelchair accident with another wheelchair because she was fucking flipping around. I'm like, lady, I don't want to go back in time. Let's slow this thing down. And I had a guitar in my hand, so it's like slapping people as I'm like, oh my gosh.
Doink.
Yeah.
Atlanta is hit or miss. Sometimes I'll have a great experience in Atlanta, and sometimes the people working there do not give a shit.
Dude, she hit me in this old woman's wheelchair, and then she kept going. So now I'm looking back at the woman.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I didn't mean it. I swear, I'm not driving. Fuck. It was a little uncomfortable.
Atlanta is an interesting airport.
I was much happier when Honeyface was pushing me.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I think it's part of their...
It's a service.
It's a service until you get to a certain point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I tell you who is loving having Trump over there, though, is PBSO. They say Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies are working extensive overtime. Some shifts last 20 to 23 hours to provide security for him at Mar-a-Lago. They say in February of 2025 alone, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office paid over $5 million for 91,000 hours of overtime.
I saw the motorcade. Mm-hmm. I have never seen so many sheriff's cars, motorcycles, SUVs. I think they were having a decoy situation where you don't know which vehicle the president is in. Like there's like 5 that it could be, but the motorcycle cops and the cops all around those 5 vehicles all act like the president is in that one. So you don't know which one it is.
So they had multiple presidential limos?
They had multiple presidential SUVs.
To trick anybody that's trying to...
Well, yeah, he always rides in the Beast. That is the limo.
But they had multiple beasts.
That's what I was asking. So they had multiple of the limos because the SUVs are different than the regular car. Have you seen the Beast?
I don't know if I've seen the Beast.
But have you ever gone Beast mode?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be able to pick out the Beast from a lineup.
No, but I think V's right. I think sometimes they will make things look the same to trick anybody.
Okay.
That's real.
Let's say they know, the president is in a car. You don't want them to know he's in that car.
Right.
So you'll have
they advertise that. They've done specials on the car he rides in, the Beast, and just how fortified it is.
Well, I think they have multiple Beasts now because they don't want any more assassination attempts, and Bradshaw is not having that go down on his watch.
Yeah, that's what I was curious, because I used to always take Cannon. We would watch the motorcades when they went by, and you could tell, they had a ton of the black SUVs, but then when you saw Trump coming by, it stood out, the beast. So you're saying there's multiple limos that could be him.
It's a shell game now, trying to figure out which one he's in.
Oh, wow. Because I know the beast itself is not cheap. So if they replicated that and have a few now, then that's just added to the cost.
Yeah, I mean, look, none of us are experts, and I'm sure Virginia is very wrong.
Okay.
I'll just tell you what I saw, and I watched it with my own two eyes.
So you saw multiple limos, though?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, okay, there he is. He's in that one. And there was like motorcycle units all around it. And then cops in front, cops behind. I mean, so many cops. And then I'm like, oh, there he goes. And then there was more cops, more sheriffs. And then there was the same exact thing again. The one black vehicle in the middle, all the police motorcycles around it, all the SUVs around, like that happened multiple times. And I was going south on 95. He was coming north on 95.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it like I'm watching a parade. And it just kept, it was the same thing multiple times. And then I was talking to this lady when I was getting a pedicure, and she knew what she was talking about. She's like, oh no, they have multiple decoys now.
Okay.
It's not just one vehicle and he's in there, and anybody who wants to assassinate him, you know where he is. Now they trying to trick you.
Okay.
So if any chucklehead gets any funny ideas, you don't know which car he's in.
Well, I do know that PBSO, they're making a ton of money, so I'm happy for them on that. So that is the good thing with having that going on. So they say that, there's a lot of extensive overtime, 91,000 hours. So they say some deputies significantly increase their monthly pay. So I'm happy for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
Yes.
So on a day like that, celebrate our law enforcement. Be happy they're making extra money. They deserve extra money.
Got some emails here. Lauren had said, I heard the segment where Jaybird and his friend is dating somebody that bites himself when he gets frustrated or overwhelmed. And it immediately set off a flag for me. My son is autistic, and that is a big go-to when he can't express himself. It's called pain stimming. There is a ton of undiagnosed adult autism, and a lot of people are just now figuring it out. I would suggest a fidget toy called Little Ouchies. It's a grip toy that is slightly sharp. It won't cut you, but it gives the same input that a lot of people with sensory needs require to calm themselves down.
Yeah, a lot of people, because I think if you have a tic of any sort, sometimes people don't understand that. I mean, I have a few tics that if you were around me, you'd go, what is he doing? And that's when if I'm in a deep state of a panic attack or, an episode, because that can happen to me sometimes if I get overstimulated, I'll start doing weird tics, which is it can be very embarrassing, especially if someone doesn't know what's going on, but I'll start doing, And I think I got that from my mom, because my mom would do that too. But then I'll start doing this thing, Jason Lee Pennington, almost like a mantra to kind of calm me down. And it's just a way to deal with whatever is going on, if you're having some kind of a weird attack. And I get it. If you don't suffer from that stuff, you think it's all made up in your head, and you think people are being a pussy or a snowflake or suck it up, buttercup. But there is something to it where people have tics, mental tics, psychological tics, that whether they got them from their childhood, whether it was environmental, and it's not like you want a tic, you don't want these kind of things, but a lot of people do go through them. They hide them because they're embarrassed, and maybe that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it is really interesting, I think, as we delve a little bit more into people being on the spectrum and what kind of level, that I think we kind of all realize that a lot of us have some kind of little tic, a neurological type thing, or a way of soothing or coping that is kind of interesting.
And it's very odd too, because everyone's so unique and has their own way of going about the world. And you can try to explain maybe what your tic is or what your issue is mentally or even physically. And if you don't deal with that and you're not in someone else's shoes, it sounds very foreign to you. You don't get it. You're not, you can't walk in front of a building, suck it up, pussy. Well, it's not that easy for some people. And I think that whether it's walking in front of a building and freaking out, or somebody that gets impatient because they're in line for 3 minutes. Everyone's got something.
Yeah.
And just for some people, their tics are a little bit more visible.
Yeah.
And if you get made fun of having tics, you try to protect yourself by not doing that. But sometimes you can't help it.
From my perspective, I have coping mechanisms that I do. Now, not saying I'm on the spectrum or anything like that, but I think that my guess is that a majority of people have some kind of coping mechanism. In fact, you sent me an article, Jaybird, from Yahoo about dimming or a dimmer. And it sounds like something that I use. A dimmer, it said in this article, is basically something that you use to soothe, numb, distract from, or bypass feelings that you're just not ready to face. And some examples would be maybe alcohol or overeating. And others will do other things like overworking, overgiving, perfectionism, multitasking, doom scrolling, saying yes when you actually mean no, some things like that. It's just a coping strategy to avoid discomfort, or almost a reward system to kind of help you through. And look, I'll do that. Like, there are some days I'll go home from work and I'm just massively stressed. I want to break it up. I want a little bit of a reward. I have a cocktail and be like, all right, now I don't feel as clanked.
Yes.
And I'm a little bit more free. And it was like a reward for busting your ass today. And
you nailed
keep
it.
Working.
Coping strategy doesn't mean you're cured, but it means you're able to deal with things better.
Yeah.
And you're able to navigate that plane that's in a storm a little bit smoother, and you don't go from 0 to 1,000 and it's so overwhelming. If you have coping mechanisms, it does kind of start to bring you back down to earth a little bit. And I'm talking more of your panic disorder or major anxiety issues. And again, we live in a culture that if you say you have those kind of things, you're considered weak. And I'm here to tell you, you're not weak. A lot of people have it in different forms. It just may not be the form that you have it in. Some people will take a chair and throw it off the fucking wall, and that's their little thing. Other people bite their arms. Other people repeat their names and do weird things like that.
Right. But it almost kind of resets you. In fact, somebody said, it's kind of a central nervous system regulation. And in a sense, that's what you do. I that's the way I feel. To me, it's like I feel like I need to get back to a center. I need to be to a point where I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm in control of my thoughts and my body and my energy and everything.
And the good news and the positive news is I really believe there's a way to get in that center zone to where you're not always in that. I know for me, if I don't sleep, I'm a fucking freak show. I can see it in my personality. So sleep is something that I'm really trying to make a major adjustment in, because I can see it not being good. If you can't sleep for 4 days in a row and expect to be a fucking person if you don't sleep for 4 days in a row. So you have to figure out, why aren't you sleeping? Are you doing everything in your power to try to go to sleep at it? So there's some things I'm not drinking caffeine past a certain time. In fact, there's times where I'm not even drinking caffeine, because I've just heard people like me can drink caffeine at 11 a.m. and it stays in my system till 10 p. Just, it's not good. I love the way it tastes. I love me a fucking cola.
I know you do.
I love me a cola.
Now, the thing about this article you sent me that I think I have a bit of an issue with is they talk about the dimmers almost like it's something that you need to get away from. And it says, what do you reach for when depleted? What is your micro escape? And they're saying identify what that is and then try to add in a brief interruption, a breath, a moment of stillness, swap in a simple alternative, create small grounding rituals. And they're basically saying peel back and stop adding those into your life. And the only point that I have to that, and I have tried that, but I do find when I deprive myself too much of these micro escapes, it adds more to my stress. And what I started to notice, because I was doing that, how disciplined I am with everything. I'm like, I got to get rid of everything. I started erupting with anger. Like, I started hitting a point, and I'm like, my gosh. So I have nothing that I'm enjoying because I feel like it's a weakness. But then I'm noticing I'm getting to the point like, what am I doing this for? And then the rage would come in, and
you want to punch Jaybird.
Well, I noticed
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I would never want to punch Jaybird.
You are a woman, so we can't punch you. But me and Kevin have wanted to make
Wished.
you,
Dreamt about it.
not hit you, just make you disappear.
And so I feel when I add these micro escapes, it brings me down a peg. Because when I've taken them all away, I'm adding more anxiety and tension, more tension, more tension. And if you see anything you keep adding tension to, what happens? You rev your car too much. You stretch a rubber band too much. Exactly. And that's what I noticed. I'm like, well, my God, I'm snapping now all the time. And I wasn't able to control my anger. And that's, a lot of people don't realize that's one of my weaknesses that I've always had. My dad has bursts of anger. I think I learned it from him. And that's the one thing I always try to avoid. And I said, so to me, this dimming and these micro escapes, I invite them all in. In fact, I think I need them periodically because I've seen the alternative when I strip them back.
Well, look, all work and no play makes Kevin a dull boy. You have to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
and you can't go cold turkey with fun.
Mm-hmm.
Life's too fucking short. You got to be. Now, I'm not saying go out there and bang 2 kilos of cocaine and go to the strip club. I'm not saying that, but there's things you can do that are fun, that are not always, don't strip everything away, because then life isn't fun.
Yeah, the Yahoo article says dimmers aren't villains, they're strategies we can outgrow. And my point might be, you may not want to, because what's the alternative?
Well, I mean, the one thing I've noticed, if you are in a state of a big, horrific panic attack, distractions are your friend. Mm-hmm. Distracting, a mood interrupter is what I call it, because you're so focused on what's going on. A good distraction can take your mind off of it and bring you back down a little bit.
Yeah. Now, I would encourage find a healthy micro escape, and that might be it. You might want to trade up on a micro escape that, instead of maybe having a cocktail, find something else that is not alcohol that I can introduce to my body.
Less fun.
I hear you. It's easy and it's immediate. It's like, I'm back to normal.
It's cool and wet on your lips.
It is. So that would be the one thing that I could see. But I think if you have healthy micro escapes, to me, I think they're a very important part. And you should breadcrumb those throughout your day periodically. It does seem to help a lot. Now, we were talking earlier about this woman who was on, what is it, My Strange Addiction? Is that the name of the TLC show?
Yeah.
Yeah, real or not, I don't know. But her gimmick was that she snorts her food. I think she'd had some weight issues. She said that she lost 30 pounds with it. But, yeah, Bob went through and asked, he's like, is it bad for your health? Yeah, I mean, respiratory problems it can cause, choking hazards, damage to nasal passages. Of course it's not normal and it's pretty insane, but, I guess that's what the show's about.
It is.
Entertain you with that.
If it was lame, it wouldn't make the show.
You're right. Now,
they want stuff that's like, oh my gosh.
Well, in our discussion, if you missed on the regular show, was if you had a loved one that had this, would you sit at a restaurant in public with them as they're snorting their food? And I said,
no.
I'm very accepting, but I think I'd be like, no, we're just not going to do this because, I can't.
I'm going to go out with my friends and you're going to stay at home and snort your food.
Yeah.
If I'm married to you already and I'm in this, I'm not going to leave you over it, but I'm also not going to change my life or let you embarrass me out in public.
Right. Skate to Beach says, I heard that. How the F do you even snort food? From the video, she blends it up, and then she takes a straw, and it's freaking ridiculous.
It's not good for you.
Well, sometimes you have to say, you've got something you need to fix.
Fix it. Go to the doctor.
Let's not, and that's what I would say to a family member. I'd be like, knock that off. Like, you're not snorting your damn food. Like, you've got an issue. We'll get you in therapy. We'll do whatever we got to do. But we can't keep doing this.
You got to put this person maybe in an inpatient program where they live somewhere and they get 24/7 treatment on how to cure themselves of this weird tick. We cannot be snorting our food.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good thing for the nostril cavities.
No, it's not. Well, this weekend, on Saturday, tomorrow, they're going to be doing a fan fest at Roger Dean Stadium in the afternoon for 3 hours. They're going to be debuting the Frozen Iguanas logos. Yeah, for 12 games, the Palm Beach Cardinals will become the Frozen Iguanas. And my point was, look, I love the novelty names that the minor league teams have. To me, just make it full time, because Palm Beach Cardinals, I mean, that's what you are, but that's just, I mean, make it all fun. Look, the franchises that do this, like the Savannah Bananas, and most of them now have done this. It just seems to add more to what it is. You really need to have more than just the baseball, because you don't have known commodities out there playing. You have guys that are making $20,000 a year. And like the Savannah Bananas, they said, we need to make this great family entertainment. They just kept building on it. And that's where I think it starts with, is the branding and the name. Why
can't they be the Party Cardinals and take that logo and put glasses on the bird and put a disco ball, and then everything turns into Party Cardinal?
It's better than just Cardinal, but to me, I don't know. Do something that's why I like, at least with the frozen iguanas, it speaks to South Florida.
I know, but it's an invasive species that not a lot of people love.
Yeah, I hear you. But, to me, the Cardinals, all right, your St. Louis team already does that. To me, Jaber was talking about the skunk apes.
I think that's great.
I'd be all right with that.
A whole different, that would be cool.
And that's a South Florida type thing. Yeah, that would work. And baseball does need to do something. I saw for the first time now, more Americans are fans of soccer than they are of baseball. Baseball continues to lose its market share. It's now down to 9% favorability. Soccer now has jumped to 10%. So it is now dropped back to the fourth most popular sport in America, behind football and basketball.
They're doing it wrong. I'm sorry. Look, I'll always love baseball. It was part of my life since I was 4 years old. I mean, you could not find a person who loved baseball more than I did. I'm sure you could, but it changed.
Yeah.
They changed. We did not. They're a bunch of overpaid pussies played in pajamas. It's too much. And if you're asking for all that fucking money, and a lot of them do, and a lot of guys are making a ton of money who can't hit fucking water out of a boat if they fell out of it. Millions and millions of dollars, and then they complain because it's not. No. Pitchers can't even throw more than 5 innings. If not, their arm starts to hurt. Meanwhile, if you look back in the 70s, Nolan Ryan would throw 190 pitches per game. If the guy throws 80 pitches now, oh please, ice his pussy. It's so.
You ever ice your pussy, Virginia?
I thought you said ISIS pussy. No. I'm like, what does ISIS have to do?
No, not ISIS.
These terrorists.
No. It's a lot of they become divas.
Gotcha.
And I'm not saying every ball player is a diva, but the overall culture is, pay me or I'm not going to play, and I want millions and millions of dollars even though I hit 230. I know you don't understand what any of that means. It's just, they're not good stats. They're getting paid shit tons of money.
Gotcha.
Jessica in Madison, Wisconsin said, I was listening to you talking about the frozen iguanas, and our minor league baseball team that we have here is the frozen pizzas. I was like, okay.
That's cute.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting, and I think the kids would probably like it. It looks like a toaster oven with a pizza coming out, and it's got some ice on it. I mean, yeah, why not? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the kind of things where you see what's working. It's fun family entertainment, and there's never a dull moment. If you go to a Savannah Bananas game, that's the problem with baseball a lot of times. There's just so many lulls in the energy, and the ballpark's so damn quiet sometimes. Like, oh my gosh. It's always noise, music, dancing, excitement, energy, a play. They've really done a great job of making it something entertaining. And I know baseball's still a sport, and the Savannah Bananas is entertainment, so it is a separation. It's like wrestling, professional-wise versus what they do in the Olympics. But
sure.
Still, there might be a happy medium that they could do and learn from. Jessie, she went to that CES we were talking about that's going on right now in Las Vegas. It is the, Consumer Electronics Show?
Yep. It looks really cool.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. They kind of breadcrumb little things that come out. Some of it's pretty insane and stupid. Like they're talking about they've got a lollipop that plays a song. Have you seen that? Because I know when they had done that with the toothbrushes. If it hits the bone in your jaw, you'll hear it.
Yes.
And they've made music for kids to brush their teeth longer. Well, now they've done it with the lollipop where you put it in your mouth and you hear a song. I know. I'm like, who needs that? What do we,
and then what happens when you eat the lollipop?
I don't know. didn't go. But she said, I went for the first time this year. It's massive. I averaged about 5 miles walking a day.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, pretty cool. Media, entertainment, marketing, creators, retail, product development. I know there are radio people that pay attention to just see what's going on with the technology on delivery, whether it be the connected car and the radio system that you have and the dashboards and whatnot. She said, I run digital marketing for the Lumistella company, the home of the Elf on the Shelf and other Santaverse brands.
Okay.
That's why she's there. So I joined back in October. And we're officially in the era of living system. A couple things I noticed. AI, creators, platforms, communities, and data are all tangled together now. You can't think in silos anymore. So she said, trust is the new currency. Audiences can smell inauthenticity instantly, especially kids and families. All right. She said, culture is greater than channels. Winning brands aren't chasing trends. They're building systems that let them participate in culture in real time. And she said, the marketing funnel is basically dead. Discovery, entertainment, and commerce are happening everywhere all at once. And she also said AI is a powerful, but human creativity still matters most. Amen, sister.
Amen.
Yeah, especially when it comes to storytelling and emotional connection. So very cool. Yeah, thank you for your insights on CES.
I wonder how much it costs to get into that thing, because I've always thought it'd be cool to bring Rocco as like a gift. Mm-hmm. But do you have to buy like tickets to get in, or do you have to be in the industry to get in? Is it like a closed room and be invited, or anybody can go?
Yeah.
So you just asked Kevin 4 questions in the course of 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you answer all 4 questions?
I can't answer one of them. I don't know.
What the fuck? Is he on the stand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He
No
looks like he
idea.
knows stuff.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, this one I
Don't
don't
come
know.
in with that hair and then not know stuff, because that hair says I know stuff.
I want to play that back, because within 6 seconds, she asked you 4 questions. I knew
Boom,
you
boom,
didn't,
boom, 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 boom.
didn't
Yeah.
have the answer to.
If you could let me know, I'll be here on Monday.
My guess is that it'd probably be like a podcast movement where you do have to pay to get into the convention, and you're probably talking, I would say, a minimum $500, probably more like $1,000 would be my guess. And then it goes over the course of like 3 or 4 days. I think it is.
Never mind, Rocco, you're not going.
Yeah, I think that's what you're looking at. Doug, talking on that level, had said, before I retired, I was teaching high-functioning autistic kids in high school, and we would play music, and I was so encouraged because they love things like the Beatles and Stones even more than the modern stuff. In fact, they said the music today just seems too corporate. There's too much capitalism involved. And you're right. Look, I remember once upon a time, the artists were really big on not selling out. And now songs are created for commercials, and they'll hit that before they hit TikTok or the radio or anything else. And, as our last email is just saying, it's all integrated now.
The only thing that bothers me, look, I get it. Trends change, things are different. That's the history of music. I don't like when people try to gaslight me into thinking that the music is so much better and that I'm crazy to call out 4-chord songs that have a 9-minute outro. These are real things that I hear not only old people talking about, I hear young people talking about. So it's not like it's just these crazy people going, music has changed and it's terrible. There's great music out there, but yeah, when it comes to your top whatever, it is the same fucking corporate bullshit over and over and over again. It just is.
Yeah, and my entire life, my number one favorite go-to genre has been alternative, and for the reason is because they take chances. That's where you're going to hear different sounds, and you're going to be like, that's pretty freaking weird, and I kind of like it because I'm like, it's so radically different. And look, a lot of it's very polished pop stuff too that just doesn't make it to our big behemoth pop radio station. We only play the absolute biggest hits. And look, I love our music too. It's just a lot of it's repetitive and it's made for the mainstream. And alternative is a lot of the same sounds with great music. It's too much, and people don't spend enough time with it for it to get popular.
And then people will tell you, no, everyone in the country loves these songs. Everybody you are wrong. You're crazy to even question it. And I don't think I'm wrong on that. I know for a fact that not everyone loves all of this kind of music. Right. And I'm talking about just your popular. There's just so much music out there. It's impossible for everyone to like the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. It just depends on who's getting that spotlight.
Yep, absolutely. So there you go. Thank you very much. Always appreciate your emails. You can get them through to us anytime you want. Mail at kvjshow.com. Hopefully you have a great weekend. A lot of cool things to look forward to, including got a little lunch date with my daughter Caitlin today. We're excited about that.
Where are you going to go? Do you know yet?
We're going to go to the Beer Trade Company in Delray Beach because it's kind of off the beaten path. It's on 4th Street. It's not on the Ave. But they're absolutely amazing. If you love craft beer, fantastic chicken wings. The food is great. It's a place that people need to know about, and they're KVJ Nationers.
I love it.
Yeah, it's everything we need to do. So keep an eye out. If you're not already, go to Instagram and subscribe to kvj.eats. Follow us there, and you'll see a video this weekend pop up.
I love it. I still have to put up a video. I have one from Nashville I never put up, of Miranda Lambert's place.
Oh, yeah, that's a great place. Been there. I
loved it. It was
very cool.
Such good food and such great atmosphere.
You went upstairs?
Oh, I went the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bottom, middle, and a rooftop.
Okay.
We ate a full meal.
I got one, too, a pizza vlog from Windy City Pizza. That was really, really good. So I'll be dropping that as well.
Very nice. That's why you got to jump on it. If you're not already, follow us on Instagram. It's a separate page, kvj.eats. Have a good weekend.